The third Sunday of Lent, March 23rd, 2025. Theme: Compassion and Judgment. The first part of the Gospel reading for the day deals with the common assumption at the time of Jesus that the disastrous-like massacre of Galileans by Pilate and the death of innocent bystanders by the collapse of the Siloam Tower were punishment for sin, big punishment. Jesus, who seems to have enjoyed discussing moral issues, invites his listeners to talk about this. Twice he says, "Do you think?" and then adds further stimulus with a short parable about a barren fig tree. It was not uncommon in the ancient Mediterranean world to plant various fruit trees and vineyards. Fig trees, especially, being able to enjoy the shade and the fruit of grapevines, and fig trees became a symbol of messianic prosperity, peace, and in Mecca. The should sit under their own vines and under their own fig trees. There was a long tradition in Israel of respecting trees for their life-giving properties, even those of a conquered enemy. If you visit a town for a long time, you must not destroy its trees by wielding an axe against them. Although you may take food from them, you must not cut them down. The Babylonian Talmud Tractate Baba Kama 91b nuisance is by noting an exemption. Hanina said, "My son did not pass away except for having a cut down a fig tree before its time." Ravina, however, said, "Its value for other purpose exceeds that for fruit, it is permitted to cut it down." Tilling the soil and fertilizing it, as the gardener suggests to the owner of the vineyard, often go together in rabbinic literature, as in Midrash Samuel chapter 4. Like the tree, if it is not fertilized, weeded, and plowed, it does not grow upwards, and it has grown upwards, and is not watered, does not remain alive, but rather it dies. So also does the body which resembles the tree, and the manure which is a medicine, struck and Belvic 13:7. Here the tree is a metaphor for a person, but more generally the vineyard, and to a lesser extent the fig tree and its fruit. A metaphor for Israel. It is a metaphor that reads a fine line between the life-giving compassion and forgiveness of God and the inevitability of disaster if God's offer or refuse. For the individual reader, it touches on judgment, mercy, and calls for repentance and productive living. American author Barbara Green throws light on the parable by comparing it to some fern, in which those who keep away from evil are like trees planted by streams of water which yield their fruit in its season. She suggests that the tree in the parable is a reminder that bearing fruit is not a matter of doing great things that bring high status, nor do we have total control over our own lives. When we say struck the best thing might be to let the gardener root us more healthy in the place where we are. For reflection and discussion, which a companion join a discussion with Jesus in response to his invitation, "What do you think about the relationship between sin and suffering? Does the parable of the barren fig tree have any relevance for your own life? If so, in what ways?"